we are, as a company and as individuals, we've actually quite embraced AI.
Okay.
If not every single one of our engineers and designers, and our administrative teams and operational folks, we almost all use AI tools in our day-to-day business. Our engineers are using tools like Copilot in their coding
Good.
practices
Good.
to help. I mean, it's speeding up productivity. I mean, things that
Oh,
help us
yeah.
eliminate nuances of coding using AI tools
Right.
is really improved our output on not just on behalf of ourselves, but on behalf of our customers. We're
Yes.
finding things that, and it's not necessarily just, it's improving our code. It's finding things that I wouldn't necessarily call bugs, but it's just, can we improve? For instance, can we minimize 10 lines of code down to two using just better methodologies? It's not that the 10 lines of code didn't work. It's just that two was better.
Yeah.
And we can use AI tools to help us identify where 10 lines of code can reduce to two. So we use a lot of tools throughout our organization already for that. So I would actually say almost all of our staff is very excited about AI. Of course, there is naturally um, a lot of like education that still is happening about what is the extent of these tools and
Mm-hmm.
how can they help us. And so we actually have some internal milestones of getting certain percentages of our company certified on certain AI tools.
Good idea.
I don't have the percentage with me right now, but we had a goal for the end of 2023 to have a certain percentage of our entire staff certified on AI tools, and I believe we actually hit that goal. I'd have to source that number for you after this call, but and we have more goals this year to get more people certified on these tools so that we really truly are experts in this space and can consult on this space. We formed a committee last year in AI, and we are both in Europe and in the US being looked at, very publicly as being experts in the AI space to help companies understand. I myself have spoken on the AI topic here locally in several events. Our CEO and several other members of our European team have gone to events and spoken on the topic of AI for the purpose of just bringing more clarity, trying to demystify.
The doomsday view.
Yeah, just trying to bring, I don't know, some normalcy to how to think about AI. It's not this big hairy thing that if you don't do it, you're going to fall behind scenario. What it simply is right now is that it's available as an opportunity to accelerate some parts of your business if it makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's the if it makes sense part that you should be evaluating right now,
Yep.
right?
Agreed.
It doesn't make sense for all businesses. But if you're not going through the exercise of trying to find out if it
Right.
makes sense, that is where I'm advocating. Go through the exercise to figure out if it makes sense.
Yes.
But don't assume that it makes sense. Just go through the exercise.
I agree totally. I think that's a great way to look at it. You know, there are people that are asleep at the wheel, so to speak. There are people with their head in the sand that aren't paying attention, and they're not going through that exercise. They're not even asking themselves. They're kind of pretending like it's not happening. I still get on video because we interview people all day, right? And so I still get on video with people that have never used ChatGPT, don't have any idea what I think to myself, you got to pay attention or you're going to be left behind here. And you're right. The efficiency and the speed and efficiency to knock out tactical tasks to open up more time for more creativity and more strategy and more clients. I mean, that's the key. It's true. Like if you have 10 software engineers, I know you have a lot more than that, but let's just use this example. If you have 10 software engineers and 100 clients and you implement AI, but you don't sign any new clients, yeah, you might be able to go down to 3 software engineers instead of 10 if you implement AI and don't increase your volume of clients. But the point is to increase volume of clients and use the AI as with the speed and efficiency to grow your business. And that's what people need to think of it that way. It's not job elimination if you are using it to grow your business in the right way. In my
Right.
opinion, I actually we let go of 3 recruiters recently, because we have contractors that do business with us. And, I want them to use MetaView to take the automatic note taker, MetaView, to take notes when they're talking to candidates. And I wanted them to put it in their profile. We have a automatic video recorder thing that chops up some highlights. And I want them to use a GPT we built in ChatGPT to analyze resumes and put those notes from ChatGPT in the system. Basic shit, right? I mean, this is pretty simple stuff.
Yeah.
And some of the old school recruiters just they don't want to do it. They're like, no, I'm not using that. And I was like, okay, well, have a nice life. You don't work for Riderflex anymore. Like you have to
Yeah.
implement these things to make you stronger, faster, more efficient.
Yeah, the adoption of it is imperative. And it's really not about getting yourself into a state of being an overproducer. It's just making sure that your standards of production are meeting the expectations of what the economy is rising itself to, which
Yes.
is a level of common production using tooling. I mean,
Mhm.
we've introduced many tools over the years. Microsoft has always introduced new tools. Apple's always introduced new tools. They've always introduced it. This just happens to be one that's accelerating very fast,
It is.
but we just need to adopt it and all become better at what we're doing. And honestly, at the end of the day, it might actually give us time back as people
That would be great.
to have a better work-life balance if we think about it well.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know, for me, I just, I really advocate for the adoption of it. And I really think that if people
Me too.
can look at it from a strategic standpoint of say, how does this actually increase the opportunity to drive business results? And they put cases to it, say, okay, if I adopt this, and then I actually tie it back to business results, say, okay, if I start doing this, and then I tie it back to maybe revenue or operational efficiency or cost reduction. Now I'm talking about some real stuff. Now I'm
Hmm.
talking about, I'm going to go to my management and say, hey, if
Yes.
I start using this tool for this reason, I can reduce expenses here. You think they're
Yes.
going to say no to that?
Exactly.
Or I can put this into my sales prospecting, mechanism, and I can actually increase my lead volume by X. You think they're going to say no to that? No.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
think people need to think about how to introduce this in a way that it actually drives business results. And if it's building a tool, which is, where we come into play, where I want to use AI, but I really need to build a tool around it that fits our business's needs because the existing off-the-shelf stuff doesn't make sense. It might take $100,000, $200,000 to build it, but the results of building this thing will be X, Y, and Z results. Can I get budget approval to do that? Build a business case for that and get it, get the buy-in. That for me is the most important part. Just evaluate it, build a business case, and I guarantee your company or your influencers that help hold that budgets, they're going to be on board even if they understand AI or not, because as soon
That's
as you
true.
tie it to business results, they
Yes.
understand that stuff.
It's exactly right.